my part in the sport for a pension of thousands.
I could marry the wench for this device.
So could I too.
And ask no other dowry but another such just.
Nor I neither.
Here comes my noble goal-catcher.
Wilt thou place thy foot upon my neck?
Or I neither.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with the midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings. And 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered a fashion she detests. and he will smile upon her, which will now make him so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to the melancholy as she is, that it cannot but help turn him into notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit!
Oh, I'll make one too.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by the guitar?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I live in my house, and my house doth stand next to the church.
Art thou Lady Olivia's fool?
No such matter. The Lady Olivia will have no folly, for she'll keep no fool in her house till she be married. I'm indeed not her fool, but instead her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with my master as with your mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll know more of thee. Hold. There are expenses for thee.
Now, Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee I am almost sick for one. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bread?
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
My lady is within. I shall tell them whence you came, who you are, and what you would.
This man is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit.
Save you, gentlemen?
And you, sir?
To vous garder, monsieur.
Oh, et vous aussi, votre serviteur.
I hope, sir, you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
I'll answer thee with gate and entrance. Oh, but we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
Oh, their use a rare courtier. Rains odors well.
My matter hath no voice but to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. Oh, I'll get them all three ready.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
Your duty, madam, and most humble services.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. You are servant to the Count Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
Oh, for him I think not on him, for his thoughts they were blanks rather than filled with me.
I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the sphere.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did hear, a ring in chase of you, and so did I abuse myself, my servants, and I, fear me, you. Under your hard construction must I sit, to force it on you in a shameful cunning which you knew none of yours. So, let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree
no!
of love!
Not a grise, for 'tis vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Well, the clock upbraids me with a waste of time, but fear not, good youth. I will not have you. And when wit and youth is come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
Then westward ho. Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord from me?
Stay! I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, then I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, that I was? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love seems hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons for thy clause, for that I woo thou therefore hast no cause. But with reason thus, and with reason better, love sought is good, but given up sought is
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never, nor no mistress of it, leave I alone. And so adieu, good lady, nevermore shall I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayest move thy heart, which now abhors to like his love.
Oh, no, Faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Oh, Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the unserving men than she ever bestowed upon me.
Did she see through the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you.
This was a great argument of loving her towards you.
Slight, will you make an ass of me?
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You then should have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off. And you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you'll hang like an icicle from the Dutchman's beard. Unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valor or policy.
Oh, if it be any way, it must be with valor, for policy I hate.
Then build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me the Count's youth to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece will take note of it. And rest assured, there is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Oh, will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go! Write it in martial hand. Be cursed and brief. It is no matter how eloquent, so to be witty and full of invention.
Where shall I find you?
We'll comfort thee at thy cubiculo. Go! Ah! Ah! Ah!
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I've been dear to him, lad. Some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it?
Never trust me, then. And by all means, stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hale them together. For Andrew, if you open him up and find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy myself.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no presage of cruelty.
Here the youngest run of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen, and will laugh yourselves into stitches, follow me. Yond Gaul Malvolio has turned heathen, a very renegado. He's wearing yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered?
Most villainously. He does obey every line of the letter I drop to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines and is in the new map of the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as his. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take for it a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I cannot stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage. But jealousy, what might befall your travel? Being skilless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear set forth in your pursuit.
My dear Antonia, I can no other answer make but thanks, and thanks, and ever thanks. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary and is long tonight. I pray you, let us feast our eyes on the memorials and the things of fame that do renown the city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once, in a sea fight, gainst the Count his galleys I did some service, of such note indeed that were I ta'en here, it would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew great number of his people.
The offense is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir, here's my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet while you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with the viewing of this town. There shall you have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase. And your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I shall be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant!
I do remember!
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged and borrowed. I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He's sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where's Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in very strange manner. He's sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam. He does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some care about you if he come, for sure the man is tainted in its wits.
Go call him hither. I am as sad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho-ho!
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction of the leg, this cross-gartering. But what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one, please all.
Why? How dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, but yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and command shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed! I'll come to thee!
God comfort thee!
Why dost thou smilest so, and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio? Why appear you in this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest that by thou, Malvolio?
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness lost.
I never saw thee!
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings,
Thy yellow stockings.
and did praise thy leg cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered.
Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not,
Am I maid?
let me see thee a steward still.
Oh, why, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's return. I could hardly entreat him back. It had your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not want him to miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him to me on purpose, that I might appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to that in the letter. Cast off thy humble slough, says she. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang with arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. And consequently, she sets down the manner how, as with a sad face, a reverend carriage, a slow tongue, in the habit of some sir of note and so forth. I have lined her! But it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. Then when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow, why everything adheres together, that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance, oh, nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove is the doer of this, not I, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is, here he is. How is't with you, ma'am? How is't with you, sir?
Go off. I disguise you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how the fiend speaks within him! Did I not tell you, Sir Toby, my lady prays you have a care with him?
Aha, does she so?
Go to. Peace, peace. Let me alone with him. How do you, Malvolio? How is't with you, sir? What man defy the devil? Consider, he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
La, you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched, my lady would not lose him for more than us.
How now, mistress?
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough, and will not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my Bokak? How dost thou chuck?
Sir!
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx?
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Oh, go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things, and I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Aha! it even possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius hath taken the infection of the device.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we will make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already of the opinion that he is mad. We may carry it thus, for our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired and out of breath, prompts us to have mercy on him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. Come! No. Oh!
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. I warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
It's so saucy.
Aye, it is. I warned him. Do but read.
Chequois, wordna.
Give me... Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not nor admire in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the lady Olivia, and in my sight she useth thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
A very good note, and to exceeding good sense. Less.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep on the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend as thou usest him. And thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. Fabian, my swords. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it to him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of the orchard. So soon as thou seest him, draw, and as thou drawest, swear horrible. For it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath with a swaggering accent, sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than proof itself ever would have earned him. Away!
Oh, nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will not I deliver his letter. Being so excellently ignorant, it will breed no terror in the youth. You'll find it comes from a clodpole.
Here he comes with your niece. Give the might till he make leave. And presently afterward, I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a
Challenge.
Oh, I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor to one cherry out. Oh, there's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault that is, but that it mocks a reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's grief.
Oh, here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture, refuse it not. It hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow.
Oh, what shall you ask of me that I'll deny?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How may I give him that with mine honor which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Fare thee well, and I beseech you come again tomorrow. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Save you, gentlemen,
And you, sir.
that defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done him, I know not, but thy interceptor, full of despot, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel with me. My remembrance is very free and clear of any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard. For your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, delved with unhatched rapier and upon carpet consideration. But he is devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3. And his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre.
I'll return to the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of men who put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Be like this a man of that quirk?
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Meddle you must, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me the courteous office as to know of the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman until my return.
I pray you, knowest thou of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing of that wonderful promise to read by his form, as you are like to find him in the proof of his valor. He is indeed the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite you could possibly find in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I'll be much bound to you for it.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have never seen such a farrago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gave me the stuckin, with such a mortal motion that it was inevitable.
Oh, Poxont, I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Oh, plague on't, let him the matter slip. Oh, if I had known he'd been so valiant and so cunning in fence, I'd have damned the air and challenged him. Let him the matter slip, and I'll give him my Horace Greek Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand you here, make good show on it. This shall end without the perdition of souls. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him the youth's a very devil.
He is as conceited as him, and pants and looks pale as if a bear were at his heels.
Come, sir, there's no remedy. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Marry, he hath better bethought him of his quarrel, but finds that scarce to be worth talking of now. Therefore draw in supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Oh, pray God, defend me! A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack a man.
Give ground if you see him come furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. He will, for honor's sake, have one bout with you. But he has promised me as a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on, to it!
Oh, pray God he keeps his hold.
I do assure you 'tis against my will.
Put up your sword! If this young gentleman have done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, madam, what are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good Sir Toby, here comes the officers.
I'll go with you anon.
This is the one. Do thy office. Antonia, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, ma'am, no jot. I know your favor well, though now you wear no sea cap on your head. Take her away. She knows I know her well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you. But there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do? Now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, ma'am, go.
I must entreat you of some of that money.
What money, ma'am? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and heart being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Here's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? It's possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion. Do not tempt my misery, lest I become so unsound a one as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Ma'am, I pray you go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by. Away.
But oh, how vile and idle proves this god. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame.
Come.
Lead me on.
Come, knight. Come, Fabian. We'll whisper o'er a couplet or two of most sage saws.
Methinks her words do from such passion fly, that she believes herself, so do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you. She named Sebastian, I my brother know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and so he went, still in this fashion, color, ornament. For him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest, paltry boy, more coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him. For his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward. A devout coward. Religious in it.
Oh, son, I'll after him again and beat him.
Do, cuff him soundly. But never draw thy sword. Ah!
Come, let's see the event.
I wager 'twill be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you? Go to, go to. Thou art a foolish fellow, let me be clear from thee. Well, in faith, no, I do not know you, nor was I not sent here by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor is your name not Master Cesario, nor is this not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so. I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me. Vent thy folly? I prithee, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming? I prithee, foolish ass, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment. By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money do earn themselves a good report.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for thee.
Why, there are all the people mad!
Hold, sir, I'll throw your dagger o'er the house.
This I'll tell my lady straight. I would not be in your goods for 2 pence.
Come on, sir, hold!
Nay, let him alone. I'll have action of battery if there be any law in a leer. Let him the matter slip. I struck him first, yet it's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand!
Nay, sir, we will not let you go.
I will be free from thee! What wouldst thou now?
Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you.
Hold, Toby! On thy life I charge thee, hold.
Madam?
Will it ever be thus, ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barber's caves, where manners ne'er be preached? Out of my sight. Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesby, be gone! I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom not thy passion sway in this uncivil and unjust extent. Go with me to my house. Beshrew his soul for me, Do not deny, he started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I be mad, or else this be a dream. Let fancy still my sense in Lethe steep. If it be thus to dream, still, let me sleep.
Come, I prithee, would thouest be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be.
Nay, I prithee, put on this beard and this gown. Make him believe thou art Sir Topus the curate. Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. And it were the first time I've ever dissembled myself in such a gown.
Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, good Sir Toby. For, as the hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink once said, that is. So, I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For that's but that, and is but his.
To him, Sir Topus.
What ho, I say! Peace in this prison!
The knave counterfeits well, a good knave.
Who calls there?
Sir Topus the curate who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topus, good Sir Topus. Go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou? Speakest nothing but of ladies!
Well said, Master Parson.
Good Sir Topus, never was man thus wronged. I am no more mad than you are. Never has man been thus abused. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! Sayest this house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topus.
Why, it hath bay windows as transparent as barricadoes, and yet complainest of darkness?
I am not mad, Sir Topus. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman thou errest. I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say to you, this house is as dark as ignorance, so ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say to you, there never was man thus abused. I am no more mad than thou art. Make the trial of it any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well! Thou shalt remain in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras and lay thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou disposes the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well!
Sir Topus!
My most exquisite Sir Topus.
Nay, I am for all waters.
Thou mightst have done without thy gown and beard here. Seest thee not?
To him, in thine own voice. and bring me word how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he could be conveniently delivered, I would he were. For I am now so far in offense with my niece, that I cannot with any safety pursue this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me where thy lady lies. My lady is unkind, purty.
Fool.
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I say.
She loves another. Who calls her?
Good fool. As ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand. Help me to some light and paper, ink and pen. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio.
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
There has never been a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well? Then you are mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
Good fool. They have propertied me here, kept me in a dark house, send ministers to me asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise you what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, the wits thy heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep and leave thy vain bibble babble.
Sir Topaz!
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Who I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with you, good Sir Topaz. Marry a man! I will, sir, I will.
Fool, I say, fool!
I prithee, sir, be quiet. What say you? I am shent from speaking to you.
Good fool. Help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
But as well, sir?
I am by this hand. Good fool, some paper, ink, and light, and convey what I was set down to my lady. It will advantage thee ever more than bearing of letter did.
I will help you to it. But, tell me true. Are you mad indeed, or but do you yet counterfeit?
Believe me, I do not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll ne'er believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light, ink, and paper.
Good fool, I requite it in the highest degree. Begone, sir.
I am agone, sir, and anon, sir. I will be with you again.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. Though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonia then? I could not find her at the Elephant, yet there she was, and there I found this credit that she did range the town to seek me out. Her counsel now might do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eye and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust, but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and this holy man into the chantry, and before him under the consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, that my most doubtful and too jealous soul may live at peace. What do you say?
I will follow this man and go with you. And having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and so will the heavens shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see thy letter.
Good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now, my foes tell me plainly I am an ass. So, that by my foes I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused.
Why, this is excellent.
No, sir. By my troth, though, it would please you to be one of my friends.
Oh, thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
Oh, but it would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
You'll fool no more money out of me at this throw. But if you let your lady know I am here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awaken my bounty further.
Marry, sir. Lullaby your bounty till I come again. I go, sir. But I would not have you think that my desire of having is a sin of covetousness. But, as you say, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon.
Here comes the woman, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of hers I do remember well. Yet when last I saw it, 'twas smeared black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A babbling vessel was she captain of shallow draught and bulk unprizable, with which such scatheful grapple did she make with the most noble bottom of our fleet, that very envy. And the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on her. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonia that took the Phoenix and her fraught from Candy. And this is she that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend her.
She did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief! What foolish boldness hath brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonia never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough, Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ingrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas, enraged and foamy mouth, did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love, without retention or restraint. All his in dedication for his sake did I expose myself pure, for his love, into the danger of this adverse town. Drew to defend him when he was beset, where, being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing while one would wink. Denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. As for thee, woman, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take her aside.
What would my lord, but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam.
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario, good my lord?
My lord would speak, my duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, my lord.
What? To perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul the faithless offerings that ere love did tender hath breathed out. What shall I do?
Even what it please my lord, that shall become him.
Why should I not, had I the heart to do it? Like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love, a savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and since I partly know the instrument that hath screwed me from my true place in your fortune, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe with mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jocund, apt, and willing to do you rest, 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love. More than I love mine eyes, more than I love my life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love wife. If I do feign you witnesses above, punish my life for tainting my love.
I me detested! How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Has it been so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come, away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay!
Husband?
I, husband. Can he that deny?
Her husband, sirrah.
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes out. Oh, Father, welcome, Father. I charge thee by reverence here to unfold what doth know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by the mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by the interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact, sealed in my function, by my testimony, since then my watch hath told me, toward my grave I have traveled but 2 hours.
Oh, thou dissembling cub. What wilt thou be when time hath so to grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thy overthrow? Farewell, and take her. But direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Oh, someone presently to Sir Toby!
Oh, what's the matter?
He has broke my head across and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too! Oh, for the love of God, I had rather than 40 pounds I were at home.
Oh, who has done this, Sir Andrew?
Oh, the Count's gentleman wants Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's a very devil incarnate.
My gentleman Cesario?
broke my head for nothing, and that I did. I was set on to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I have not hurt you. You drew your sword on me, but I besake you fair and hurt you not.
Oh, if a bloody coxcomb be hurt, you have hurt me. Oh, here comes Sir Toby halting. If he had not been in drink that night, he would have tickled to your other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen? How is it with you?
That's all one. He has hurt me, and there's the end on it. Sut, did see Dick Surgeon, Sut?
Oh, he's drunk an hour agone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him! Who hath made this havoc happen with them?
Oh, I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead and a coxsomb and a knave! A thin-faced knave! A goat!
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
I am sorry, madam. I have hurt your kinsman, but had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons.
Antonia! Oh, my dear Antonia! How the hours have racked and tortured me since I have left thee.
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonia?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful!
Do I stand there? I never had a brother. Nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges did devour. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalene. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can take both form and suit, you come to fright us.
Spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, I should my tear let fall upon your cheek. Whisper, thrice drowned, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so did mine.
And died the day Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
That number is lively in my soul. He indeed ended his mortal act the day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, and fortune do cohere and jump. That I am Viola. Which to prove, I'll take thee to a captain in this land where lies my maiden's weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady. You have been mistook. But nature to her bias true in that. You would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed, both to a maid and man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have my share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, And all those swearings keep in true its soul, as doth that orbed continent of fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand. And let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance to Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. Oh, and yet, alas, now I remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebubs at stave's end as well as any man in his case may do. Has here writ a letter for you. I should have given it to you today morning, but as madmen's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much when they are not delivered.
Open it and read it.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. That you have put me into darkness, and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses, as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
It savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, with these things further thought on, to think me as well as a sister, a wife, and one day shall crown the alliance on it. So please you, here at my house, and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the mettle of your sex, so far beneath your fair and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be thy master's mistress.
A sister you are she.
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, this same. How now, Malvolio?
Lady, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Granted then, tell me in the modesty of honor, why you have granted me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people, acting this in an obedient hope. Why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by ministers, and made the most notorious geck and gall that e'er invention played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I do confess, much like the character, but out of question, 'tis Mariah's hand. This practice hath the most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel, nor no brawl, come taint the condition of this present hour which I have wondered at. And hope it shall not, most freely I confess, myself and Sir Toby set this device against Malvolio here upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with the sportful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, that if the injuries be justly laid, that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude, one Sir Topus, sir. But that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But do you remember why I laugh you at such a barren rascal, and smile not? He's gagged. And thus, the whirligig of time has its revenges.
I'll be revenged upon the whole pack of you!
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Seek him out and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and when golden time convents it, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we shall not part from hence. Cesario, come, for so you shall be while you are a man, but when in other habits you are seen. Orsino's mistress, and his fancy's queen.
When that I was and a little tiny boy with a hay-ho, the wind and the rain, foolish thing was but a toy, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came to a man's estate with a hay-ho, the wind and the rain gets knaves and thieves, men shut their gates, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came alas to I with a hay-ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came unto my bed with a hay-ho, the wind and the rain, with tossed but still had drunken heads, for the rain it raineth every day. Great while ago the world begun with a hay-ho, the wind and the rain, but that's all one. Our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day. We'll strive to please you every day.
Thank you.